I will be happy to tee this up, but really it's a joint effort across the council to present this resolution tonight. In November 2021, the council at the time passed this resolution, first passed this resolution to take a formal public stance against discrimination. Since then, the council has several new members who were not part of that first resolution back in 2021. Additionally, over the past year, we've had resident engagement about the topic and council evaluation of the county's non-discrimination ordinance, which did not have support to move forward. That doesn't mean we aren't a welcoming and inclusive community, and it does not mean we welcome acts of discrimination in our town. In fact, it's the opposite. Once again, I'll offer up this resolution for adoption. It's been published on our website within our agenda packet. And this is up for adoption for this council and all of its current members to take a formal public stance against discrimination in our community and assert the values of individuality and inclusivity throughout Holly Springs. And then any other commentary from the group.
I think we've been talking about this for a bit, and I certainly think it provides an opportunity for Councilman Forrest and Goodson to join on to what we signed here a little over 2 years or almost 2 years ago. Make sure we're all very upfront with where we want to be with this community and where we want to be with regard to making sure there is no discrimination against all of the things that are listed on this resolution as it's written.
Anyone who remembers the first round of debate we had about the NDO already knows my position on this resolution, because it's pretty much, for all intents and purposes, the exact same resolution that we passed a year and a half ago when we chose, as the Mayor Pro Tem said, not to adopt the NDO at that time. Some words are removed. Sometimes it's whole sentences, like here's the resolution, here's the old one. What I highlighted is the stuff that was removed. But it says basically the same thing. And my problem isn't what it says. I agree 100% with what it says. My problem is that it doesn't do anything. It didn't do anything a year and a half ago, and it doesn't do anything now. In fact, the only part of the resolution that did do anything, the only actionable part, was the part at the end that I had amended on to the previous resolution that said we would come back and discuss the NDO. And that, of course, has been justifiably removed because we already came back and discussed it. Honestly, the only thing that this resolution does is it allows us to say again that we did something when we did it. Nothing in this resolution protects any of the marginalized members of our community. Nothing in this resolution provides them with the protections that now 90% of the residents of Wake County now enjoy. 90% of the people in this county are protected under the NDO, but not the residents of Holly Springs. We've said up here many times that action speaks louder than words. Sometimes words are spoken and sometimes words are written, but words without action don't do anything. You know, we had the chance to do something many times. We still do. We could adopt the NDO tonight if we wanted to do something, but we don't. And there's lots of reasons that we've heard over the previous months about why we don't want to do anything. Reasons like the NDO is a solution without a problem, right? We've heard that a bunch. I've been sat in the seat many times and been told that discrimination is not a problem in Holly Springs. Show me the discrimination. Like, that's what people say to me. Where's the discrimination? Prove that, like, residents have come up here and they've been asked, prove that you're being discriminated against. Okay, well, there's no discrimination, then why do we need to denounce it? I've been told that the NDO has no teeth. This doesn't have any teeth. I've been told that the NDO is virtue signaling many times. That's literally what a resolution is. It's telling people our virtues. I've been told that the NDO does nothing but make the community feel better. The only thing this does is make us feel better. Whatever the NDO does or doesn't do, I think we can all agree that this resolution does less, which makes me ask the question, why? Why are we doing it again? Because we have 2 new council members? Are we going to have every council from here on out going re-sign a resolution ensuring people that don't worry, we still think discrimination is bad? Do we really need to say that over and over again? I mean, do we? Maybe. Because I've also been in the seat and heard other things that I wish I didn't hear. I've heard that trans people are the same as serial killers, that our LGBTQ residents are an abomination, that our wives and daughters are going to be raped in the bathroom by trans people. I've heard preaching, I've heard fables, and I've also heard just a lot of really despicable nonsense. And I've heard that those who disagree should just move to another town that shares their values. So is discrimination, bias, and bigotry in our community resident? If it is, we should do something about it, something actionable that actually protects people, not words on paper, because that's just not adequate. Do I believe in what this resolution says? Of course. It's a no-brainer. I'm going to vote for it because I do believe in those words. But if discrimination is not a problem, then honestly, we don't need to say it. Because just saying it is not for the people of this town. It's for the people up here. And quite frankly, I think that's just a waste of time, but I said that a year and a half ago.
Councilman Forrest?
I think it's important that we sign the resolution and support all people. It's a given. I spent my life in service, much like several members on this council, overseas in countries that don't have our liberties. You know, for those that may not be aware of my military record, I spent 54 months in Iraq and Afghanistan and parts of Syria. I bring that up because we are very blessed in this country to have the liberties we do, and all people should have opportunities, and all people are created equal, and they should enjoy it. So I understand some of the frustrations, but at the same time, much like the Pledge of Allegiance that we say in ball games, events, classrooms, you know, there's no teeth to the Pledge of Allegiance. It's a belief, much like this country was founded on. And in that case, so is this resolution to me. It's a belief that says this is what I believe. And that's what it means to me to sign on to this as a new council member who didn't have a chance to sign on in November 21. So it's a belief that supports our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, everybody's right to be themselves, do their thing, and do it without persecution, do it with freedoms. It's a belief, and that's what I believe. Thank you, Mayor.
Sir. Councilwoman Hewitson?
Yep, I agree that it's important that we pass this resolution and that you know, we make it clear that this is where we stand and how we feel. I certainly don't think that it says, or that I would say, that discrimination isn't in existence by any means, and I don't think that any choice that was made on the NDO by this group implied that discrimination doesn't exist. Just maybe that wasn't the solution at the time, and that in the future there may be other solutions. But in the meantime, to be able to say that I feel these ways and that I stand behind all people is important to me, and I'm happy to do that tonight.
Additional discussion? Motion?
Sure. If nothing else, I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 2311.
Second.